and then device. MacBook Pro. Okay. Yep, there we go. They should be able to hear us now. On yours.
All right, cool, you guys. Sorry about that. Let us know in the chat if you can hear us. Thanks, B, Sean, Joint, and Joe Chua for letting us know we didn't have any sound. It's because what happened is we were using we're using a good microphone, and then we've switched it over on a different computer. Let us know in chat if you can hear us. Awesome, perfect. Thanks for letting us know, Sean, Joe, and B. All right, cool.
Guys, one crypto we've been looking at very carefully is Zilliqa over the past past few weeks. It's shown just signs of massive outbreaks after seeing these uptrend. It's going to come back down. I'm okay if it comes down a little bit more and touches back onto this support level, and then kind of bounces off and keeps moving up for the uptrend. We're seeing high highs, high lows. We're seeing this around a lot of the market, but obviously I think Zilliqa is one of the biggest gainers for us in this little alt season that we've had today. This will be one to look out for over the next couple of days as well. You know, gaining value on Bitcoin still. So yeah, I think we're just going to keep seeing Zilliqa keep on winning, following Cardano.
Yeah, let us know in chat if you're holding Zilliqa at the moment. We talked about it on last stream and then 2 streams ago, so 48 hours ago, and then the 72 hours ago stream. It is the first altcoin that we're loading a lot of our portfolio allocation into, and there's a few reasons to be very bullish on the outcome of it. So it's just moved into the top 50 again. It was up about 20% at a certain point. It hit 14 cents and has pulled back a little bit and is trading in the... What's it trading at now? It was trading in 12.5 cents. But there's too much momentum and too much news coming out over the next 2 weeks that I don't think we'll see any sort of sustained pullback or consolidation. Very bullish on it at the moment. Probably my favorite altcoin outside of the top 10.
Yeah, guys, we're just seeing too much momentum here for us to pull back. That's far down to like a 20 or 30% drop. Thanks, Anna. Ananas. Nice haircut.
Nice haircut. Thank you.
Look at this fade.
All right, so some news that I want to talk about coming out about Zilliqa. Are the alts going down right now? We are seeing a little bit of a pullback. I wouldn't be too worried.
Definitely expected. You can't keep this parabolic motion up. It has to have some sort of
look on the charts and we put in too many green candles. There's going to be some profit takers. I wouldn't worry about it in the short term.
The Binance charts if you want.
Binance charts, good idea. Firstly, before I jump onto the charts and do some technical analysis, let's talk about the 2 big news that came out regarding Zilliqa today. EGW Capital buys 10 million US worth of Zilliqa, adding it to their holdings. Started buying coins just under 12 cents. Super bullish. We're seeing super bullish. That's quite a high price for institutional buying that we're seeing. And also it just gives that validation that you'd like to see. This is huge for a coin outside the top 50. This is, although it's not a huge amount of money, just adding it to their pool of cryptos that they're buying up, very bullish. Look,
expect a target of US 35 cents or more in the next few months. I can definitely see that happening. If not, that's a bit passive. I think for the short-term bull run.
Yeah, this is a short-term target. 35 cents in the next few months. That's a very short-term target. I'd be filling your bags with Zilliqa if I were you. We started buying it up in 9 cents, and we are going to continue purchasing. We purchased more today, so that gives you sort of where we're at with our Zilliqa investment. Not worried about any minor pullbacks in the short term.
Yep, definitely agree.
Cool. So 35 US cents price target, as you guys can see here. Bitcoin's become unaffordable for many. Great point. A lot of people are going to start looking to these smaller altcoins with smaller market caps for superior returns. Also expecting another 20 to 25 US million purchase in the next week. So super bullish. Keep Zilliqa on your watch list if you don't already hold it. If you do, keep buying up, in my opinion.
Also, if you're not very familiar with Zilliqa, it's another smart contract platform, just like Cardano. Let's just have a look at Cardano's movement in the recent weeks.
Yeah, this is another reason to be hugely bullish behind Zilliqa. We've seen all the Ethereum, the alternative Ethereums, so the smart contract platforms, absolutely rip upwards. We saw it happen with Cardano, saw it happen with Polkadot, and we're going to now see the scalable, better versions of Ethereum rip upwards. We're just going to see them all move to the upside, and that is exactly what Zilliqa is. So for those that don't know, as Grant said, it's a smart contract platform. They've solved the problem of scalability
through the
sharding, which is, how good is your understanding of Cardano versus Zilliqa?
Essentially what it does is, sharding is a technique that kind of cuts up the nodes so that information, why is ADA crashing? Everything, it's after this hyperbolic movement. You'll see some pullbacks. Just follow the fib retracements and follow some support levels that you see in the uptrend. That's how you can kind of tell how far it's going to crash or why it's crashing. Anyway, back to Zilliqa. Essentially, Zilliqa, it uses a technique called sharding, which kind of chops up the nodes. Information doesn't have to pass through so many points of contact. It can kind of just flow through nodes that are interested in that specific information, which significantly reduces transfer time and fees and that sort of thing. So that's why Zilliqa really has a place in the market at the moment. Watch out for it. It's not the same as Cardano or Ethereum, but it tries to serve the same purpose, and it it solves issues that Ethereum's had for a long time. So it's definitely worth having them all in your portfolio at least, because they will all work hand in hand one day. I don't think one of them will ever snuff out the other, but yeah. Definitely keep an eye on Zilliqa for this bull run.
Yeah, if you're bullish on Cardano, if you're bullish on Polkadot, if you're bullish on any of the alternative Ethereums, any of the alternative smart contract platforms, take a look at Zilliqa. It's a small cap, has plenty of upside. And look, we saw, this was a very interesting article where it was talking about when it broke through the 8.5 cent resistance, and it was primed for a quick swing up to 12 cents. That's exactly what we saw. We saw it overheat a little bit, run a little bit too hard, and now it's pulling back. Expect a consolidation over the next, say, 48 hours, and then expect more upside. So this is exactly what we saw play out. Expect history to repeat, in my opinion. Saw a consolidation and then it rip upwards.
Yeah, guys, we'll see some impulse waves, which just projects it upwards and has a bit of an elastic effect on it. Just keep shooting upwards. So if you see, a pullback back to 11 cents is still so bullish. The 11 cents is insane.
Yep.
For Zilliqa.
Definitely.
Let's have a look at some comments. How do you guys feel about GRT? Let's have a look. What's GRT?
So welcome everyone to the live stream. We're streaming on both ShizoCrypto, who's great at technical analysis, and my live stream. If you're new, let us know what your portfolio allocation is in chat if you want us to take a look at any of the altcoins, and we'll pull them up for you guys. We're just on here quickly. We just finished our work for the day, and just wanted to take a look at some altcoins because we've seen some huge moves across the board everywhere. So very interesting, very interesting. Yeah, the graph. What do we think?
It looks interesting. I'm honestly not too well versed on it, but I think all these projects in the DeFi space are going to see some massive funds flow in compared to a lot of the rest of the market. So, if you think it's a great project, I think you should go for it. I am not very well informed about this project, so don't take my advice on it. I'm looking at other things at the moment, so. And I can't really watch every single project in the top 200. So,
why is ADA crashing so much? And from Kodu078 and Nisar Ethereum, have a look at Reef. Yes, we'll get to Reef in just a second. We're very bullish on Reef.
Yeah,
I'm very
we've
glad
taken out
someone.
A massive bag of Reef over the past few days. So
yeah, we have been accumulating up behind Zilliqa. That's our second biggest pick for the altcoins. Thank you so much for asking that question. But before we get there, let's take a look at ADA, and then.
If you want to open, oh no, you probably can't do that.
You're still on.
Guys, ADA has been in a
hyperbolic
projection for when's this since? I'd say since this consolidation period here. I'll quickly draw a nice little box just so we can see when exactly the consolidation point was. Just bear with me here, guys. So, you know, you can see, I'd say, you know, about from here all the way through here, we saw this a long time consolidation. We broke in the upside around here. We kept moving upwards. I think we saw a lot of FOMO buyers kick in and jump on board with this project, and then we saw it run up, and then a little bit more consolidation. This is the point where a bit of fear kicks in, and you know, a minor sell-off. Guys, I would not be too distressed about this. Look how big this wick is. It's coming back up. ADA will hit $1. It's inevitable, but you know, if we see a pullback down to, you know, down to this resistance level here, that's still super bullish. We're still super high from where we were only, you know, not long ago. I think there's a lot of support here. Even if we do come down to this level, I think we still just project upwards and upwards even harder. So
yeah. So to answer your question, why is ADA crashing so much? Bitcoin's down about 3%. Whenever you see Bitcoin down, expect the alts to bleed. So expect if Bitcoin's going up, expect alts to run. If Bitcoin's going down, expect them to go to the downside as well. We've seen a huge move over the last week from Cardano ripping upwards. It's been, as Grant said, in an absolute hyperbolic time chamber, just moving upward in this parabolic move. So yeah, what we saw was a huge amount of FOMO buying, a lot of retail holders buying in, getting a bit of FOMO and buying in at the top. As soon as they start seeing these red candles, they freak out. Their paper hands, they'll sell. And try and protect their positions. But it looks like we have decent support around the 80 to 85 cent mark. So as long as it doesn't break those levels, I'd be fairly comfortable with it. If we see it break to the downside underneath 85 cents, then I'd start potentially looking at unloading your position or perhaps deleveraging out of ADA. But whole market's still super bullish, and we'll go from there. Alrighty. Ethereum, let's quickly look at the Ethereum charts and then we'll move on to Reef. Yeah, we'll jump on Ethereum. There's a few people in chat asking about Ethereum. For those people that are new here, drop a like on the live stream and consider subscribing. We live stream pretty much every day, and we go over all cryptocurrency news, altcoins. We give buy signals, and ShizoCrypto's description, his channel's in the description. So welcome to the stream. All right, let's jump on to Ethereum charts. Ethereum, we're super bullish on. I'll give you guys that. We expected probably a bigger move. We may still see it over the next 24 hours, but it looks like it's just following the Bitcoin chart right now. So 3 reasons I'm hugely bullish on Ethereum. We're seeing supply leave exchanges at a unprecedented rate. We're watching huge whales suck all of the supply off of exchanges, and that is the opposite of what you'd be expecting when we're hitting all-time highs. So hit an all-time high in the last 24 hours, and we're still seeing supply get sucked off exchanges. Second reason to be hugely bullish on Ethereum is the ETH 2.0 staking contract. So the ETH 2.0 staking contract, that is pretty much like cold storage. So any of the Ethereum that is held up in ETH 2.0, it can't be touched for 18 months. So that's sucking more supply from the market. When supply is sucked off markets and off of exchanges, you'll see buyers have to chase the price up, and you'll see these moves upwards like we've been seeing with Ethereum. Third reason to be super bullish on Ethereum is that generally once altcoin season has lifted off, you'll see Ethereum outperform Bitcoin. Awesome. Thank you, Sean, and thank you, Matthew B, for subscribing. Welcome to the channel. Welcome. Good to have you guys here speaking about altcoins. Grant, what do you think about Ethereum?
Guys, with this drop, it's not something we haven't seen before. Just look at this uptrend here, breaks down to roughly the 50% mark, comes back up, drops back down to the 50% mark, and it's doing the exact same thing again. It's come down to the 50% mark. We could see it come back down to, I'd say, potentially what's this level here? Potentially this level here, around here, to the 1725 mark. Halfway up this trend and then make it down here and then project back up. I think this would be a good buy zone here around the 1710 zone, I reckon. I'll be making buys if it comes down to this level here, and watch it go all the way back up, and then you know, up to the 2,000 mark and hit that all-time high.
We saw a nice bounce off the 1,700 levels. So as it approaches that, if it pulls back enough to 1,700, 1,710, I'd feel comfortable taking a longer position there, unless we see Bitcoin continue to break down, which I don't think we'll see. Everything's just too bullish in the short term.
Yeah, guys, this is so healthy for Ethereum. It's super healthy, to see little retracements up on the way. It helps to build support. It helps to rebound off past resistance points and that sort of thing. If you just see an upwards trend, just keep going up and up and up, which is what we saw here. It just went up and up and up, and then it pulled back down to 50%. That's an even bigger pull down than I think we'll see on this run up to 2,000.
Yeah, there's too many bullish
at
events in the short term to see any significant pullback.
Just look at it in the long term, kind of scope it out and see where we're moving. We've been making higher highs and higher lows for, you know, months now. We keep moving up, so just keep an eye on these charts and what's your support levels that you've built, and just make sure that you're moving your funds accordingly.
When all the staked Ethereum comes back into circulation, do you think the price will plummet? B, I think that's so far in the future we don't even need to be worrying about it. So I'm super bullish for probably this whole year, especially the next 6 months in terms of the altcoin cycle. In 18 months, I don't think I'll be so leveraged into Ethereum, probably holding a core position. But potentially, yes, there's so much of the Ethereum supply held up in the ETH 2.0 staking contract. I think the last projections was 15 to 16% of the total circulating supply. So yes, when that gets unlocked, more supply in the market means potentially more drops. So I'll tell you one thing, it wouldn't be bullish for the price, but keep in mind that's 18 months down the line. So in the short term, don't need to worry about it. Don't need to worry about it this whole year. So keep that in mind. More Ethereum. What happened to Ethereum? Look, it's just following the Bitcoin price action. So we're seeing Bitcoin break to the downside by 2-3%. But yeah,
all right,
nothing
guys,
to worry about.
Do you guys want to take a look at Reef real quick?
Yes,
Anyone
true. Good question.
About Reef? So Reef, we've seen, you know, massive, awesome work over the last, over the last couple of months, moving from 1 cent and now we're closing it on 5 cents, 5 times since mid-early Jan, which is crazy.
To give you guys some context, Reef is the 160th token exactly. It's moving up a little bit. This is, if you guys like altcoins and you like altcoins outside the top 50, which we generally stay away from just because the risk to reward ratio is just a little high to us, take a look at Reef. If you're big into Zilliqa, take a closer look at Reef, because there's a lot of reasons to be bullish about it. Grant's a Reef expert. I'll let him take it from here.
Reef and Zilliqa are completely different. They kind of serve different purposes. I'd definitely be holding both in your portfolio. I think even more so Reef at the moment though. Even I'm really not a guy to be investing in any cryptos that lie outside the top 100, let alone the top 50. I'd say I really like to look at those ones that are rocketing up and that can have potential to be in the top 10. Like we looked at Chainlink, we're looking at Polkadot when it was before out of the top 10. We're looking at all these little, even Kusama, that's in the top 50 and that's been doing really well lately. So now we want to take a look at Reef. To give you some background, Reef kind of takes advantage of centralized exchanges and decentralized exchanges. So we've seen PancakeSwap, we've seen Uniswap, we've seen all these decentralized exchanges rocket up. They just have issues with their liquidity and their transfer fees. So what Reef is hoping to do is take the pros from decentralized exchanges and centralized exchanges like Binance, Huobi, Coinbase, and kind of compartmentalize them all into one system where you can go on, say I want to buy $1,000 of Ethereum, and then it will split your purchase up into all the different exchanges to make your purchase as efficient as possible for how much money you want to spend. So yeah, it could split your $1,000 purchase into 25% on Uniswap, 50% on Binance, 25% on Coinbase, if that makes sense.
So let me get this clear and explain it like I'm 5 on Reef. Is it a decentralized exchange?
It will take advantage of both exchanges. So it is not an exchange itself, but it will take advantage of other exchanges
Right.
that it recently in it. Because someone who's new to the market, there's thousands of exchanges.
There's tons of
heaps
exchanges, as you guys would know.
and there's lots of resistance with liquidity and with prices, and even technical issues. Like some people don't even know how to use decentralized exchanges. They can be a bit daunting for someone who's first time in cryptos and wants to try one of these decentralized exchanges for safety reasons or whatever. So it kind of puts all the pros of all exchanges into one, and will adjust that according to your kind of risk tolerance and what you're hoping to achieve. So does that make sense? Do you have any questions that I haven't covered on Reeve?
Yeah, so if you guys are looking at a nice altcoin, a little bit more risk to the upside, but don't forget every time you travel outside the top 100, it's super risky, but there's good chances of good returns. Take a look at Reef. They're the two altcoins that we're most bullish on, Zilliqa and Reef. So take a good look at them. They both were up about 20% at one point. They've taken a bit of a pullback with the Bitcoin dip.
Still super high.
But super bullish. They're still up 15% a piece, both. So
and guys,
take a closer look at them or add them to your watch list.
With this massive run we'll see in DeFi this year, I believe we'll see a huge run in DeFi. Reef will not only capitalize on it, it will inhibit this massive run in DeFi. It will bring so many like new big names into DeFi who don't exactly know how to handle DeFi products like decentralized exchanges. Reef will make it so easy for everyone to get into the DeFi space.
Yeah.
So that is why it will be a massive catalyst for the DeFi boom this year, and it will actually, go up in price as it causes a catalyst for that. So where can I buy some Reef? You can buy it on Binance. That's where I buy it,
No, you're saying when can I buy it, at what price level right now?
Oh.
So I'll give you what I would do and where I would buy Reef. I would buy Reef looking at it approaching, it's going to dip probably and consolidate over the next 48 hours. I have a buy target at 41 cents or below. So I'm waiting for it to dip back to there before I'm looking at taking another call position in Reef. So I'd take a look at that.
Yeah, look guys, I drew this a few days ago. I drew these resistance levels. I drew this resistance level up here, and when it came down, I bought in around, I think just at this candle here, and then we saw what I predicted play out exactly. We saw it come down to this point and then shoot up to the upside. It won't follow this line exactly. We'll see some sort of impulse waves, and then we'll move upwards. But from there, sky's the limit.
Yeah.
What price level right now?
Look, as I said, if it approaches, what do you reckon? I said 4.1.
Yeah. If it comes down, see, we've seen this little jump up here. If we see I think it moves up from here.
4.1. I just want to take another look at the Ethereum charts because we're seeing a nice turnaround here. We're getting some bounces off around the 1765 zone. So pullbacks are very healthy. Sean, 100%. These pullbacks, when we're seeing such huge moves and such parabolic moves to the upside, not only are they healthy, but they're expected. So I wouldn't be worried about it. There's too much bullish news coming out about crypto in general, about Ethereum, about Bitcoin, and about a lot of these altcoins. I wouldn't be too worried about seeing minor pullbacks when we've seen huge moves to the upside. So I'm talking if you're holding ADA, if you're holding Ethereum, if you're holding Reef, if you're holding Zilliqa, I wouldn't be too worried at all. When do I long ETH? I said earlier, if it drops to the 1710 mark, I would be taking a nice position, but I honestly don't think it'll get there. So what do you think, Grant? Where would you be taking another long position or filling your bags with Ethereum?
Filling my bags for Ethereum.
Look at that resistance.
I think we're showing a decent support level at 1700
now. Yeah.
It's been a psychological. These double O numbers are usually mini psychological barriers. I think that's why we're seeing some sort of these little impulse waves in the 2-hour charts at around 1700 from the upside to the downside, bounces off again, comes back, does a fib retracement. If we do see a 1700 again, I won't be surprised. But if we do see a 1700, I will personally be buying.
That's a huge buy signal. If we hit 1700, so we got rejected twice at the 1700 levels on the way up. what happens to resistance levels once you break through it and consolidate above for a while, it begins to act as support. So if we bounce off 1700, I would be very comfortable taking a long position in Ethereum, outside of some black swan event entering the market or coming onto the market. So yeah, $1,700 is my answer for you. Welcome everyone watching. We have 31 live viewers. Welcome to the chat. For those that don't know, I'm Jamie Tree. This is ShizoCrypto. Subscribe if you're new. We're so close to 2,000 subscribers and
so close to 200.
200 in the description for ShizoCrypto. He does a lot of technical analysis. We look at altcoins, we look at Ethereum. We give you buy signals for the smaller cap coins. So welcome to the chat. If you're new and watching, let us know what you have in your portfolio, in your crypto portfolio, and let us know what you're looking at, and we'll do some price analysis on it.
Yeah, give us your most bullish
positions.
We like to look more at we like to look more at altcoins in the top 50, but if you have any questions about ones that are lower, we may not be familiar with them, but we'd be more than willing to give you our initial opinion on them.
You really think it'll drop to $1,700 again? No, personally I don't, but if it did, I would feel very comfortable taking a long position for it.
You can't disregard any sort of price action on Ethereum or Bitcoin. If you don't look at the facts that it could pull back, then
yeah, look,
you need to expect the unexpected.
Yeah,
so
anything can happen in crypto. All I'm saying is if it does drop back to the 1700 level, I would be comfortable taking a longer term position. So
definitely,
yeah. But look, we're already seeing pullbacks, pulling back to the upside. So I think approaching Valentine's Day, very bullish on Ethereum. There's too many big things. Ethereum 2.0 staking, we're seeing huge amounts of Ethereum just get sucked out of exchanges, and yeah, too bullish. We're seeing Grayscale. Someone commented this on one of my polls. Grayscale's opening up and buying again in their Ethereum trust, and I think they're buying another 25 to 30 million of Ethereum over the next 48 hours. So institutional interest, it's flowing from Bitcoin, and the next stop is Ethereum. So watch the moves as that unfolds over the next few months. Alrighty, welcome. Mitchell Walker, good to see you back. Always good to have you on the stream. LUA, it's not in the top 1,000, so I bet a bit on it. Not in the top 1,000. My God.
It doesn't even have a description on CoinMarketCap. I'm trying to read it, and it just says that it's a governance token for their protocol.
Mitchell, I like it. I love moonshots. I hope you don't have too much money in it. Just keep in mind risk management.
People have said in chat that they're holding really small coins, and they've ended up exploding. So if you think that this could be one of those, then yeah, I hope it is for your sake.
We've had a few viewers in chat mention some altcoins that have absolutely exploded 100% to the upside when we've been given warnings. So yeah, maybe you'll be one of them. But this is our word of warning about coins that sit outside the top 50. Let's not forget what happened in 2017 when we saw so many ICOs come onto the market. We saw huge 100% moves, tons of money come into the space. And then what we saw was a lot of the... we got a Kusuma question in chat. Awesome. We'll get to that in just a second. We saw a lot of these developers and ICOs just smoke bombs. So just be careful when you're buying small cap coins. Make sure you look them up on LinkedIn, look up the team, look at their social medias, and go from there. Just be careful. Keep in mind risk management. You don't want to... Capital protection is the name of the game when it comes to crypto. Keep your stop losses close and make sure you're protecting your capital.
Guys, I've been preaching Kusama and Polkadot for a long time now. I've been in Polkadot since $5 or $6. I've been in Kusama since $30. I think these two projects work hand in hand, and with the explosion of Polkadot, we'll also see Kusama explode. I think it's inevitable. I think it's one of those projects that are just clear as day in the top 100 that it can explode. If you're not familiar with Kusama, basically it's a testing ground for projects that are soon to be released on the Polkadot chain. And the Polkadot chain is a chain that solves the issue of interoperability where blockchains kind of struggle to communicate with each other. That's essentially what it is. But Kusama, with it being a testing ground for an issue that is so broad, and they're the first to solve that sort of issue. We're going to see some incredible projects come through Kusama and potentially stay on Kusama. That's why I'm so bullish on Kusama, and I have been bullish on it for so long. I think I made a video on it about a month ago when it was below 100, putting in a massive buy signal on it. I'm still very bullish on it. I have a price target of 250 on it, and I think we're easily headed in that direction. So that's my thoughts on Kusama.
Yep. B, my guess is another dip on Sunday tomorrow, backed by absolutely zero technical analysis other than gut feeling and last weekend. Look, crypto, anything can happen. I always say investing is 70% fundamental analysis and then about 30% technical analysis. If you should buy is based on fundamentals. When you should buy is based on technicals. But in crypto especially, anything can happen. So if it does dip, good buying opportunity. Buy the freaking dip, as they say. Just want to jump across to the Zilliqa price action. How bullish is this? We are seeing, look, as soon as it dips, we're seeing it bought up hugely. So I think we're going to see another go at the 14 cents and potentially a breakthrough. So Lucas Storms asked, I'm deep in Zilliqa. Should I fill up on Reef now?
Do your own research, but I think you should at least spread your wealth across the two.
Maybe diversify a bit. I'm
Don't
super
unload
bullish
your
on
entire
both.
bag.
Yeah, I'd keep the Zilliqa. Maybe if you have some other positions, think about adding a bit of Reef.
Guys, on the Zilliqa price action, we've seen this uptrend of kind of bottom points. You can kind of scope out on yours on the 1 hour chart and see it as well. You'll be able to see it on Jamie's screen here as well. With this awesome support level we've seen on the uptrend, and now at this point here, from this low to this high, this is a perfect 50% retracement, and then this is a kind of buy signal. If it breaks this point, you look for this support level down here. You take profit. I would personally take profits at both. I take some of my profits here. If it keeps moving upwards, we made money. If it moves downwards, I take more profits at this support level, which I think we're more than likely to move upwards from. And then, again, we win. We take our profits at both points.
Yeah.
And on my screen, I'll quickly draw that for you, just that fib retracement and that movement on the upside. At this point, you see we hit perfectly at about 0.5. We went a little bit lower to 0.618, and then we keep moving up, went to move up on the upside. So
yeah, I think 15 cents by the 17th of February. At the latest, by the way. I'm super bullish on Zilliqa. And think about this. We've seen all the alternative smart contract coins absolutely explode. So we saw Polkadot explode first of all, and then we saw Cardano explode. We saw Kusama explode. All these, it's pretty much, look, the retail investors and even the institutional investors are just working their way, as it seems, down the coin list by market cap of coin, and Zilliqa is next in line. So think of it almost as an improved Ethereum. They've solved the issue of scalability through sharding, and I'm super bullish on the future of it. The team behind them, the guys, Vitalik 2.0, the dude's an absolute genius. He holds a PhD, and they're based in Singapore. So super bullish price action. Expect more upside, in my opinion.
Yep. Any coins below the top 200 that interest you? Any small cap gems that you are bullish on? Look,
so
we've said it.
Yeah, the lowest one is Reef. That one's 160th. Nothing outside the top 200. But
yeah, we said it on this channel. We're not super interested in projects below the 200. It's really common to see these smaller cap projects just do massive movements from the 1,000th spot to the 100th spot, and then there'll be a massive sell-off with the company not doing anything with their projects, taking heaps of money, and then just leaving the project entirely and then starting a new one. It's not uncommon at all, and these are super risky small cap projects. So we tend to stay away from ones. Besides Reef. Reef is an exception that we're giving you guys today. So
yep. Thanks guys, big on Zill as well. Welcome to the Zilliqa holdings, Mr. George. Welcome.
Yep.
Yeah, Kusama, super bullish on, still bullish on AAVE. If Mitchell, I'd recommend you're subscribed to ShizoCrypto as well. He released a great video on AAVE. I'd go watch it out, but yes, super bullish on it. I think more upside to be seen with AAVE as well.
Yep. Definitely.
So I'd be comfortable holding that too. just entered Zil. Thanks for the TA, guys. Welcome.
No worries, man.
No worries. I think we'll be happy holders, Sean.
Yeah, definitely.
So we'll see that go to the upside.
15 back to 15 cents, and we'll build some, resistance, and then use it as support in the short term.
Yep.
That's my prediction on it. We'll see some more impulse waves at about the 15-cent margin.
And I wouldn't be worried about it unless we see it break to the downside and hit 11 and a half. Besides for that, I wouldn't be worried about it. If you short-term noise, don't be worried about it unless it breaks to the downside underneath 11 and a half cents. Then watch it closely.
Yep.
Protecting your capital is the name of the game. Alrighty, we'll probably finish up here in about 10 minutes. So everyone, leave what you're holding in chat. Any last questions, any last minute technical analysis, we'll let you guys know.
Yep.
For those that are new to the live stream, we both personally hold a lot of cryptocurrencies, but we also run a small business, and we put our entire cash balance on our balance sheet into cryptocurrencies halfway through last year. We started with Bitcoin, then we went into Ethereum, and in the last week, we have diversified our small business cash balance into Zilliqa and also Reef. That is our conviction behind it. So,
yeah, we're slowly moving on to small projects that we think that can really take advantage of our cash balance.
Yeah.
I was seeing a lot of you guys still talking about Zilliqa. If you're looking at holding it for long term, I'd recommend looking into staking and potentially putting it up and just gaining some.
Great point. That's a great
returns on
point.
it. You can get Zilliqa governance tokens, which are worth quite a bit. It's I think it's about a 14 or 10% average earnings on your Zilliqa. So definitely look into that.
Yep.
Just make sure that you're on the Zilliqa site and do it through Zilliqa themselves. When Reef comes out, they'll make it. That's another reason I'm bullish on Reef. They'll make things like that super easy and kind of inhibit all the yielding and staking in one kind of zone. But yeah, for now, I recommend just doing some research on where the best places to stake your Zilliqa are.
Yeah, that's a great point from Grant. So a lot of the Zilliqa supply, it's very similar to Ethereum. It's staked up because it's so easy, and the Zilliqa devs,
crazy,
yeah, the returns on it are crazy. I think it's something like 16% per year, which if you're holding cash, that is disgusting returns compared to what you'd be getting in a bank account.
Yep.
Not even looking at 1% these days. And the devs make staking Zilliqa so easy, so a lot of the supply is held up in staking. So you're getting the double whammy. You're seeing returns from staking, and you're also getting capital returns as the Zilliqa price breaks to the upside. So yeah, super bullish on Zilliqa. Look at this price action, got bought straight away back up, where on the back of the news of 2 institutional funds buying up Zilliqa. So bullish.
Yeah, guys, like we
Very
said, this is a textbook retracement that we saw on this upwards run. Falls back a little bit down to 50% on the fib retracement, and then it's just going to shoot back up. If it does come down, I think we're likely just to hit this point of support here and then keep moving upwards. That's hoping that Bitcoin continues to consolidate and doesn't see a massive downtrend. I think that's our only real risk at this point.
Yep. And just to let you guys know, when we started buying it up, it was at the 9 cents level. So we saw it here. We saw it break to the upside. We saw too much positive news coming out about it in the short term. So we took a large position, and it's paid off big time. So make sure to subscribe for news alerts, and we'll get you guys those buy signals when we see them and the sell signals through technical analysis. Make sure to check the description for ShizoCrypto. We also go live on his channel with technical analysis and buy and sell signals. So yeah, this is a great one to look at and to be watching closely.
Have we got any
Super
more?
bullish.
We'll be wrapping up in just a bit. Any last minute questions you guys want to chuck in chat that we can all discuss and potentially learn something from?
Yeah.
Any massive buys you guys are looking at? Any Decentraland holders at the moment?
Yeah, Decentraland. We'll be doing a full stream on Decentraland. That's an interesting one.
That'd be we're super interested looking at that one at the moment.
We need to do a bit more research in it before we can talk on it with any authority. But Decentraland, this is a very interesting one as well. So I don't want to say buy it, sell it.
Just look at it.
Yeah, just add it to your watch list and start researching it.
It's a super interactive project, so it's not something that you can look at and then you'll see all these fancy jargon. It's a literal game, so you can play the game if you have a wallet. It's
a literal game, but it came onto our radar with the recent price action. Anything that moves like this, is super interesting, and you've got to pay attention when you see moves like this. So Decentraland is built on the Ethereum network, and it's pretty much a role-playing game. So if we see any sort of similarities to what happened with CryptoKitties back in 2017 and it absolutely exploded, expect huge moves in Decentraland as well. And just seeing it move into the top 100, just moving it into the top 100 is super bullish. So yeah, keep an eye on it. B, I've wondered what your business is without revealing too much, obviously. So we spoke about it a bit on our last live stream. I'll give you some hints because I want to do a full video on it, because it's an interesting story about...
As long as I don't look at your shirt.
Yeah, as long as you don't look at the shirt. We'll do a full video on it, but it's a high cash flow business. There was a fair bit of initial cost setting it up. Me, Grant, and 2 other boys got it running up in the midst of COVID, but it involves a lot of high-powered computers. We started mining Bitcoin and Ethereum on those computers, and that's what sort of led us into cryptocurrency. So we'll release a full video on it, explaining our thoughts behind it, why we did what we did, why we moved the cash balance and balance sheet into cryptocurrencies. But it's a high cash flow business, meaning there's a lot of cash in the bank sitting around for a lot of the time. So we had to find something to do with it. And there's a lot of high powered PCs that we had to utilize, that pretty much lying around, not doing a lot, that we had to make use of. So yeah.
Well, we thought about giving you guys a tour around the business, about the business space. We might do that in a I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll give you guys a tour of the
if you guys
at some point.
If we see more comments about it, then we'll do it. But if not, we'll keep giving you guys buy signals, and which I think will help you guys out more in the short to long
definitely.
term. So I don't know if that's really a high demand. We'll do it, but I think these buy signals are good as well.
It's interesting because we transferred our entire balance sheet into Bitcoin, and then this was in the middle of last year, and then our profits from cryptocurrency and mining Bitcoin and Ethereum and investing our cash balance into it outpaced the profits and revenue that we were making from business activities within 3 months. So in 3 months' time,
extremely high profit margin as well. So every time a sale, it's an extremely high profit margin business.
Yeah, extremely high profit margin business, and we outpaced it with our cryptocurrency gains that we had invested from the business within 3 months. So yeah, it worked out well, and yeah, would love to explain the rationale behind doing it. Thinking about mining as well, definitely. So this is what a lot of people don't think about when mining. You don't have to mine Bitcoin, you don't have to mine Ethereum, you can mine a lot of these other altcoins. And even though you may not be mining a lot in terms of dollars or percentages, think about 4 months down the line, 5 months, 6 months down the line, whatever you're mining is going to be worth a lot more as it runs. So keep in mind the future profitability of what you're mining, and it might interest you a bit more.
It's definitely, you can't look at short-term profitability in mining, definitely. You really have to look at those ones that are set to explode.
Yeah. Because a lot of the time you could be mining, say, Ethereum or Bitcoin, and what you could be seeing is that when you factor in electricity and cooling costs, potentially you're breaking even. You're not even making a profit. But think about in 4 months' time, Bitcoin's higher, you are making a profit. So keep that in mind as well.
Yeah. I'm looking at the technicals now. I'd still watch Decentraland for a bit before. If anyone's looking at it right now, I'd recommend just waiting a little bit and watching it cool off, because this is a super volatile crypto. It can turn to the downside or upside on a snap. I think it's a lot more unpredictable than a lot of the other ones. So just keep an eye out for it.
And just finally, I just want to touch on the Ethereum charts looking super bullish. We saw it bought way back up. Someone asked if we thought it would see 1700. We said if it does hit 1700, a huge buying opportunity, but it doesn't look like it'll get anywhere near there. So yeah, I think back to the upside, and same with Zilliqa. Exact same thing played out, just got bought way up. So I think we'll be happy Zilliqa holders in chat.
Yeah, guys, with this Cardano run up to $1, I think Zilliqa holders will be happy as well.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Awesome. I think we might leave it there, guys. We just wanted to jump on real quickly and do a live stream. We'll probably be back on within the next 48 hours. We'll be following this price action quickly. If something happens, we'll jump on live. But I don't think that there's too much to worry about without anything coming out of the woodworks. Thanks for coming to the live stream. Make sure to subscribe to ShizoCrypto in the description. And subscribe to me. We're so close to 2,000 subscribers, and we do live show all throughout the week. And ShizoCrypto is closing in on his 200 subscribers. He does great technical analysis, and he has called probably every single run in the last 6 months. So he has great buy signals. Alrighty,
guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll probably see you in the next couple of days. Yeah, no exact date right now. We'll see how the week plays out and how the market goes. And yeah, thanks for stepping in, guys.
We'll catch you guys next time. Have a good weekend. Have a good Valentine's Day, everyone. I hope we see some great crypto gains. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Yeah.
Here's your rose.
Chat, that's for you. Catch you later, guys.
See you guys later.
Awesome.